You're doing just fine.
Go ahead.
You can start whenever you're ready.
So if you are having a hard time understanding what is written on the screen in front of you, or if you have ever tried to have a conversation with somebody who speaks a different language from you, then you now know on a smaller level how it feels to be an English language learner student in the United States. Hi, my name is Chelsea Graham. I'm an English major here at UMass Lowell, and I have a minor in education.
I'm Billy. I'm also an English major here, and I also have a minor in education.
And we're here to address one of the major problems that students are facing in America today. Over 11 million students in this country speak a language other than English at home, but only about half of those students, about 5 million of them, are enrolled in bilingual education programs. Now, why is that? Why do some students get left behind? Well, one of the things that we discovered was that bilingual education programs are very expensive, especially when it comes to finding a person who is not only fluent in both of the languages, but is competent enough to teach the classroom material to the student. So we would like to present an idea that solves this problem for students that is both easy to use and inexpensive, called Parrot.
Okay, so let's say there's a student in a class that's being taught in English, and that particular student speaks broken English. They're going to have a hard time with understanding the language and the course that is being taught. With this app, it's both visual and audio, so you can listen. You can put the earbud in and listen to the professor talk, and it's basically live subtitles. So while the teacher is speaking in English, it's translating it into your own language, so you can hear what the professor is saying at the same time as reading it in English. The reason we named it Parrot is because what does a parrot do? It hears what you say and repeats it right back at you. The spelling is a little differently because we decided that this app is going to pair the language that you're speaking with the English language at the same time.
So there are a couple of solutions out there. You're probably thinking to yourself, well, why not just use Google Translate, something like that. Google Translate is very unreliable, we have discovered. If you type something in one language and it translates it for you, and then you translate it back, it often doesn't match up at all, so it's very difficult, especially if a student is trying to learn a subject in a classroom. We have a competitor right now that is an app called Say Hi, which does something very similar, but unfortunately for this, when the user is trying to use Say Hi, they have to continually press buttons on the application that doesn't allow them to hear the conversation and read it. You have to wait until the person is finished talking in order to read it. So that wouldn't make any sense for a student in a classroom because they would just fall behind and they'd have to wait until the end of it. So when we create this, we want to start with the two most popular spoken languages in the United States, which are English and Spanish. But we also want to expand to as many languages as possible, especially ones like Haitian Creole, German, Arabic, because even though they make up a small percentage of the students in America, they're still important. And because they are that small minority, they're not getting the attention that they need in the classrooms. But we can be their voice and we can give them the opportunity to learn because every student deserves that, no matter where they come from. So what we need from you is three things. First, we need to design and program the app so it's easy to use and inexpensive. We need coders and programmers to design it for us. Second, there are so many languages and so many different dialects, especially in languages like Spanish and Chinese. So we need to constantly be updating this so that students can understand everything that's going on, even if words are like slang are spoken, words that aren't as popular in a classroom, they want to be able to understand it. So we constantly need to be updating this so that they can get the best education possible. And third, we need to develop and test this. We need to run trials for students in schools so that they can give us feedback on what they liked and what they didn't like. Because like we said, every student deserves the opportunity to learn, no matter where they come from. And we want to make sure that this language barrier does not stop a student from achieving any goal that they want in their lifetime. And that is our presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you.